Hello and welcome to Game Corner. My name is Chris, and today we're looking at Cardfight Vanguard. I'm going to be player on the right, and Jared is going to be player on the left. Currently, we are pretty new at this game, and we're playing slightly modified versions of the starter decks. I'll be playing Kai's Kagero deck, and Jared will be playing the Maidens of the Cherry Blossoms deck. And when I say we're playing slightly modified versions of the deck, I really mean we're only playing like maybe a 2-card difference, maybe 3 cards. I think mine really is like a 4 or 5 card different from the original starter deck, and Jared's maybe 1 or 2 cards. But nonetheless, we're gonna play a game, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now, right now we are currently determining our mulligans. I don't believe Jared took a mulligan. I throw away, I think, maybe 2 cards. Just to try to get a little bit better of a hand. With Jared not mulliganing, that probably means he's got a really decent hand to start with. That could be scary for me. I know my opening hand wasn't very good, and my mulligans weren't very good. Right now, we're still trying to determine who's going first by rock, paper, scissors. We give up, though, and just decide that a coin flip is going to be the easiest way. Playing John Kinpone, or rock, paper, scissors, however you want to say it, it's kind of silly to do. I think coin flips should just be in every game to determine who's going first. So we're going to go ahead, flip the coin. I got the coin flip, so I will be going first. Start off by drawing. Not a very good draw for me. I'm just going to go on ahead and ride the Flame of Hope, Amero, or Eromo, or whatever it is, on my Lizard Runner and pass, since in this game there really isn't much to going first in a game. You just kind of ride and pass most of the time. Jared's gonna kind of take a second to decide. He's just gonna go on ahead and throw down another copy of his current Vanguard. The great thing about her is when you boost with her, it gives you 3,000 extra, and you get to throw her back into your deck. Well, I shouldn't say you get to, you must, but in the long run, it's going to help out because it's going to give you an extra option to boost, and it's going to give you a chance to redraw that heal trigger after you may have used it, or something of the sort. So he's gonna ride, and he's gonna boost and then go on ahead and attack my Flame of Hope. Looks like he flips into a draw trigger, which is great for him because his whole deck is about having more cards in his hand and just hitting me for more damage. I flip over my damage trigger. It's a critical trigger, which kind of hurts me a little bit. I'm gonna ride into Berserk Dragon. Unfortunately, he did not do 2 damage to me, so I can't use his ability to throw away one of his rear guards and ride into grade 3 since I have a Demonic Dragon Berserker in my hand. I'm gonna go on ahead and attack him. He's gonna block. I flip another critical trigger, and so I'm gonna add the damage, or add the 5,000 to Berserk Dragon, and I'll hit for 2. As you can tell, we're kind of misplaying all over the place, or at least Jared is, because he flips over a draw trigger, so the next card should be his draw, and then he would take that second damage, but he still has his 1 starter on his rear guard, which he boosted with last turn, so it should be in his deck, and he already drew. But I didn't catch it because, one, we're half asleep, but we just keep playing on. I mean, it's not going to really affect too much right now. He's going to drop down a few rear guards, and he's already rode into grade 2. Finally, he kind of catches his misplay and shuffles it in, or, well, places it in. I'm going to shuffle because I don't like the placement. But at this point, it's looking pretty bad for me. Although I am winning currently, he does have plenty of cards in his hand, I believe, and he does have 3 grade 2s on the field. So he's gonna just go all out on my Vanguard this turn. Good thing for me is I drew into a heal trigger, so it's a good thing that I could add the 5002 Berserk Dragon. That's gonna buffer me up a little bit, but unfortunately I did not have 2 damage at that point to heal myself 1. So Jared's gonna throw his Blossom Maiden Chick to the deck, and I'm gonna go on ahead and start my turn. So I'm just gonna ride into the Demonic Dragon Berserker, and I'm gonna drop down a Berserk Dragon, which I have 2 damage, so I can counterblast, and I'm gonna send him to the drop zone. I can't remember all the names of Jared's cards, so I'm just gonna say like him and that. But that card, I believe, added extra damage to him, or well, he could attack for more if he had like 4 more cards in his hand. So that's kind of nasty. So I can't really help it. Just have to get rid of it early. So I'm gonna play down another Demonic Dragon Berserk. Unfortunately, those 2, they're really easy to ride into grade 3 if you can get the right setup and take 2 damage on turn 1. But they only have 9,000 attack points, so they're kind of on the weaker side of the grade 3s. And right now I know his Vanguard has a 10,000 base stat, so my rear guards cannot do much to it. So I'm just going to go on ahead and attack his rear guards, hopefully preventing some future damage to myself. I get the hit off, he does a protect, and I'm going to attack with my Vanguard to his. I flip over my Twin Drive, and I don't get it. So good thing is I did get some more cards in my hand. It's going to let me defend later on in the game. But it still did no damage, so we're tied at 2 right now, and he rides into grade 3, which at that point it lets him bring everything back into his hand that's on the field, which is really great for him since he doesn't really need to Soul Blast, so he can pick up all of his lower grades under his Vanguard and replay them. So now he's got attackers again, which kind of hurts me, and he's got more cards in his hand now. So he's gonna drop down some rear guards. Right now, in my situation, I'm kind of worried since he just keeps playing more cards, and I just am preparing on defending a lot. So he decides that he didn't want to play that trigger down. He wanted to actually play this. I think it's the Gemini ones. So he's going to go on ahead and boost and attack my Vanguard, but I'm going to guard him just to block the damage, since I know that no matter what, he cannot beat it. So I just would take the attack from his Vanguard, hoping that he doesn't draw the critical trigger, since if I blocked the Vanguard attack and he did get a trigger, then my block wouldn't have mattered anyways. So he's going to flip. He doesn't get his triggers, but he is going to do 1 damage to me, and unfortunately he throws away my Warven Strike Tejas, which I have the Jaren in my hand, which would have been a great combination to have on the field at this time. So I'm hurting a little bit. I'm just pretty much gonna drop down everything and get ready to start hitting hard, and maybe he won't defend. So I'm gonna ride up to Vortex Dragon and attack his Vanguard. Luckily, with Vortex Dragon, I can Soul Charge every turn, and it gives me 2,000 extra. Unfortunately, since the turn I played him, I've already started my main phase. I can't do it that turn, but I'm gonna get the hit on him. And I draw into some grade 1s that are going to be a little bit nice to boost with when I drop them down, or just use them as blockers. I'm going to attack the Vanguard, just take the 1 damage, tie up the game, and get rid of his rear guard. That's going to give him even more attacking power for his hand size. So right now he's just going to start wailing on me. He's going to attack with his rear guard to my Vanguard. At this point, I kind of need to start stopping his attacks even more, since I've got 3 damage and everything's not looking very good for me. So to block him, I would have to waste a lot of my resources. I just decided to take the hit. Unfortunately, it's another card that I could have used, since he would give me 3,000 extra attacking power if I actually could pull the attack off with him. So I really need to stop this. So I'm gonna throw 3 cards away to try to block the attack. If he gets the trigger though, he's probably gonna hit me. So he's gonna flip, and he pulls the heal trigger. He can't heal himself though, because he's not matched with me, but that is a card that is going to give him plenty of opportunity in the future. Unfortunately, the trigger I draw is a stand trigger, and it's going to do nothing for me this turn. So I'm just going to give the 5,000 away and keep moving. At this point, I'm going to just play down a Dragon Knight, and I'm going to soul charge to give myself 2,000 extra. I'll immediately attack with my Vanguard just to hopefully get some triggers so I can start attacking higher on my rear guards. But with Jared's hand size, he's going to have plenty of chances to try to block my attacks. I'm going to get the stand trigger. Unfortunately, it's not going to help me too much, but I can give 5,000 to one of my rear guards, and I do to the Demonic Dragon Berserk, and so he takes his damage. Unfortunately, he draws a trigger, so he's got 5,000 extra. Not very good for me. I'm going to use my rear guard's ability behind my Vanguard to discard a card and draw one, just hoping to get something that might help me later. Might as well use them if I can. Unfortunately, it's kind of too late for me at this point in the game. So I will boost an attack with Demonic Dragon Berserk to his Vanguard. At this point, I just need to win this game this turn. But with his hand size, it's going to be impossible for me to win this turn unless he just decided to take all 3 hits for some reason. So he's going to decide what to block with, and he will block the attack, and I will finish out my turn with attacking with the Dragon Knight with a boosted Wyvern Strike dude, and attack his Vanguard again. Again, he's just gonna kind of glance over, and he just decides to take the attack. So that means he's definitely got some stuff in his hand that he needs to hang on to. Unfortunately, that's not good for me with how small my hand size is. So he's gonna stand everything, and then he's gonna drop down another one of his rear guards that are just so powerful. At this point, I don't think there's any possible way I can recover from this. If he just went all out on my Vanguard, he'll definitely get 1 point of damage in there somewhere. The only thing I could hope is to draw for a heal trigger and heal off 10 damage this turn. At this point, I'm kind of deciding whether I should defend this attack or not. But he attacks a rear guard instead of my Vanguard, which is great for me because I will just take that attack. I don't need to worry about my rear guards at this point anymore. So I am gonna try to block. So I block his second rear guard's attack, and he's gonna attack with his Vanguard. I can't do anything about it. So I I've definitely lost this game. I don't know why I don't check for my trigger. I just kind of scoop, I guess. So Jared wins. Unfortunately, poor draws will not get you anywhere in any kind of card game, so I'll just take the loss and hopefully beat him another day. So I hope everybody enjoyed this game. Check it out sometime. It is a really fun game, and hopefully it'll grow a little bit bigger here in America. So for Game Corner, I'm Chris, and we will see you next time.